Right, hello, Bod. Good morning, everybody. I have some things to do today. We're obviously in UXV finally. I didn't show you something that I did, but last night I printed these Tier 9 Gallifreyan space-time compression field generators. This is the last tier of Eye of Harmony casings that we will be using. Yeah, things are crafting ostensibly. I have AA going. Some of these things surely should be crafting, but I'm not going to worry about that. Tippler, time dilation, field generators. Wow, that actually all finished. Okay, so we've got some stuff going on. Aditya said, "Oh nine, I wanted to say thank you for your Discord. Because of the information you had in there, I was able to submit a PR for new quests regarding the HyperXL and Superliminal acceleration cards." Oh, actually, I saw that information, the quest book information. I was like, where did Aditya get that from? Like, I've never seen that before, and I guess that makes sense. Yeah, one of our I'm blanking on the name, but someone in our Discord did some code diving to find that out. All of the rates of those cards, which was really wonderful. So yeah. Anyway, today we're gonna automate this bad boy to make Magmatter. And then what are we gonna do? Oh, excuse me. Let me start with the most important part. We got to go to Mahis. So, when you upgrade these compression field generators, they allow you to put a new planet in, and these new planets are generally better. So let's go Eye of Harmony. Let me get rid of this tab right there. So you can see it has a bunch of different recipes, and we want tier 9 planets. So tier 7, 8, 9, and 10, which is one planet, they all make universium, which we want. You can see that the tier 7s make only 1,152 liters, and as you go up, you make more and more. So we want a tier 9 planet or a tier 10 to get the most universium out of it. And I've decided, based on the byproducts here, nothing is really useful to me except for Nequadria right now. And the planet that gives the most Nequadria happens to be Mahis, which is the planet we're after. It gives us 8.2 million per cycle. This Deep Dark does give us 2.1 and everything else, but we don't really need everything else right now. I might make this eventually, but I don't think it's worth it. I have 4 questbook PRs already merged. I'm like the only one working on it since nobody else wants to. Since I can't code, this is something I can do. Well, that is very lovely and helpful, Aditya, and I'm sure we all appreciate that. I am doing my music stuff, as you all know, and that's going swimmingly. I'm making good progress. I have 8 of 9 of the tier rank up themes done, so I'm happy about that. How's everyone doing today? Got creative tank yesterday, says Biggest M, just finishing the end game right now. I never actually finished Nomi Factory the first time. Okay, so let's head over to our mothership. And we need to steer this baby to Mahis, which I am just gonna use commands because I can't be fucking asked to to wait for this stupid thing to go to the planet it needs to go. I actually have no clue where Mahis is though. I'm gonna be frank with you guys. God, I hate this UI so much. I can see why. Post Tank is just legit spam a billion solidifiers. I'm excited for your new soundtrack. I'll DM you soon because I'm going to include it in the 2.8 video. Lovely. Um, I do want to wait until 2.8 is released, and I'm assuming that video is coming out after that. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we're golden. Where is Mahis, chat? Am I crazy? Why is this UI the most useless UI ever, man? Okay, Amen. Nothing here. Ball. Konsu, Nepper. None of these are what I want. Not you either. Let's check. Is this Sekhmet? Oh, okay. Wait. We're after Mahis. There we go. Okay, I found it. Let's head here. The mothership is doing its mothering. I do it on the day of. Okay, that's lovely. I think I'll release the soundtrack on my YouTube, like my music YouTube, probably a couple of weeks before actually, because I want to make an announcement post in the GT Discord. So I'll probably make that announcement post, publish the soundtrack, and then when 2.8 releases, it'll be there for people to see, which I would like. That's probably my goal. All right, so there's a BQ, excuse me, Mothership Force Arrival is what I want. I'm lazy. I'm not waiting 20 minutes for this motherfucker to get to where I want it to go. We're just gonna grab this, our shuttle rocket. We also need a landing pad. But yeah, that's very exciting, Aditya. I'm very happy to do so, and I have just the spot of the soundtrack in mind that I would love to show off. It's part of Absolute Zero, right towards the middle. That's where I'm after. I can jump down. I'm not sure if I trust you, Hyena. We're just gonna launch it, because we know that works. Plus this is cooler anyway. I don't know how I managed this, but the smoke comes out the back of the rocket. That's kind of cool, honestly. I need to actually finish this thing. Just jump down. Okay, next time. Next time. If Hollow says it's right, it's true. I don't think Hollow has misled me yet. I'd have to think about... I know I wouldn't forget it because Hollow is so dependable that I wouldn't let him hear the end of it if he ever misled me like that. I'm telling you now, you should make at least 3 to 4 shorts about it with "Want to hear how I made the new soundtrack about GTNH?" I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about that. Dude, I just want to go to Mahi's, bro. No, no, what did I do to deserve this? That's Mahi's. Okay, launch. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. Holy fuck. Why aren't you just using your tier 3 space elevator? Wait, the tier 3... Wait. Tier 3 motors just allows you to go to tier 9 planets? I thought the space elevator only allowed you to go to tier 8s. Oh my god. Well, either way, it's kind of cool to do this. I can't lie to you guys. It's interesting to go to a new planet. And the first thing we're going to do, because we're lame, is we're going to add a new area called Mahis. And there's not much we want here. In order to get this Nequadria dust, all we need to do is construct this planet. So we need to get some red grass and a virlig sapling. And that's pretty much it. This is a interesting planet. Not sure how I really feel about it, but do we have a branch cutter? Oh yeah, baby. Fucking branch cut it up, baby. And there we go. There's our virlig sapling. What else do we need? 64 red grass. Do I need silk touch for this? Yes, I do. It's a very odd requirement. Hello, Auroras. How's it going? What color is this rocket? Just the regular. How are you doing today, my friend? Let's see, is there anything else here? Lumapod bark? Lumapod pulp? What the helly? It has burn time. It smelt 1.5 items. Dude, they gotta make... if 2.9 doesn't have a space update, I'm gonna be so sad. That would be so fire for GTNH. I feel like that would be huge. What are you? What are you? What? Okay, wait a minute. We need to do some diplomacy with the local fauna. Let me just grab you and you. Hello. And you too. Alright. What the fuck? A pincer bug. And it drops nothing. That is a pincer bug. That's very cool. Oh, that's the boar. I wanted that guy. What the heliante? Oh man. Whew. Feeling a little better. Doing pretty good. I go on vacation in one more day. Lovely. Vacation from what? GTNH? You really gonna leave your boy at GTNH like that? Alright. Porticon meat. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Smells like gasoline. Burn time 3200. Smelt 16 items, guys. Guys, is this endgame or what? What the fuck is this? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, what else we got here? Is it just... that's it? Lumipod sapling. That could be something, chat. Wicker bundle. Yeah, that looks like it, honestly. New coal just dropped. Ooh, I do like the black stone. That is kind of cool. Basalt. That's pretty sick. I cannot lie. Alright, I think that's enough of here. Got my fair share. What the? What the? Enough of that. Well, I'm glad I could experience that new planet with you guys, and this will be our way of getting to Quadria and stuff. Actual tech. Make EC ASAP. I think I'm good. All right, let's make a crafting recipe for mahis. This is circuit 17, which I have a dedicated press for now, because we cribbed up. There we go. Pop that bad boy down. Oh, okay, it's that quick, and that's it. That's all we needed. We got our little planet. That looks nothing like the planet I just visited, as far as I'm aware. I can't believe you got away with never building knack lines. It didn't work, really. There's so many lines that I've never built, Aditya. It's incredible. I'm gonna leave it my quest book like this until I'm done. No monazite, no bastazite, no good samarium line. So much stuff that I just, yeah, no knack line. That's that. Never did rutile to titanium. I never did tungstate to tungsten. We just built different a little bit. All right, so here's why my new Eye of Harmony automation is so goated. And that is because I need to change the amount of hydrogen and helium on this, and all I needed to do was flick this lever, pop this in here, and change this to 10 billion. And that's it. Or actually, I need to press enter. There we go, 10 billion. Let's get the other one too. Pop that bad boy in. And we're good. That's it. Put them back here. Pop this out. And another thing I do want to do is the rate at which we like put billions of hydrogen and helium is slowed down because these input hatches are tiny. We're gonna make input hatches that are the correct size. I love the new EOH tech. It's infinitely superior to the other EOH automation idea. I agree. And I'm happy that I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I came up with it. I'm pretty sure I came up with it. So I'm pretty proud of myself right there. All right, we're gonna do, Hollow wanted me to test something, which is to get a max of 1 millibucket of fluid in a cell. Apparently that wasn't working for him earlier, so. Yes, we only have one Eye of Harmony. I actually do have enough parts for about 2 more, so we'll build that. It's not allowing any fluids in. Maybe I have to filter it. Now here's the real question. What is the real water? This is the real water. Fluid canner. Water cell. Alright, so it should accept 1 millibucket of water. And it's not. Let me do another proof of concept. I think Hollow is saying 1,000 or anything below is not working. So 1,000 isn't working. That's weird. That should work. Huh. That's weird. Try a large amount. Yeah, I think anything larger than this should theoretically work. Try 1,600. 16 buckets. Nothing. 1,440. That seemed to work, I think. Yeah. That's so weird. That's so, like, random, I feel like. I don't really understand how that works. And also a dink water from Crow Witch. Hello, my friend. Cheers. That new nightly tech is going to be great. Definitely going to use it on Ross Run when we make hundreds of them. Hundreds of them. Aditi is a grinder, bro. All right, so we got it all going. What was I gonna do? We're gonna make humongous input hatches, which are funnily enough gated to pass the time when you make Eye of Harmony. I don't know why this is, but you need UXV machine hulls, which require magneto-hydrodynamically constrained star material and magmatter. And we just made our first UXV machine hulls, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's pop that in, and then pop in the humongous input hatch, which instead of like 32 million, it's 2 billion, which is what we want. Humongous, the actual Mungus himself. We're making a humongous input hatch. Okay. This is the UXV input hatch. And then Hugh is going in. Where do I want to put him? Maybe here. Holy shit, we're missing universium. God damn. Alright, that's rude. What the fuck? Alright, maybe not. Maybe we'll deal with it for now. Alright, let's turn on the automation again. So now that we've got this Mahi's planet, we can just slap this bad boy on. I think I want to do one more overclock because we've got a lot of power. So that sucks in all the cells. Each of these should have about 10 billion. And you can see it's slowly emptying. Oh my gosh, that was a control tab. It's slowly emptying the gases into the input hatches. And it can only do 32 billion at a time. Or 32 million, which sounds like a lot, but it is not when you need to do 10 billion. Wait, is this cheaper than it used to be? What do you mean? What? This is like way expensive, bro. All right, I think that's good to go. We're loading that up. The tip, oh, that's another thing I need to do. I need to pause this really quickly. And we're gonna get our Gallifreyan, there we go, stabilization field generators. And I'm going to do a little matter manipulating. How are you doing today, Aditya? Speaking of the matter manipulator, and these are tier 5, and we're replacing them with tier 9, so that's a much needed upgrade, I think. All right. Move chord B. Let's move it right here. Let's just be safe. Let's pop all of those bad boys in. All right, so now we have a 979 Eye of Harmony, and these time dilation field generators are coming through, and I will replace them whenever I can. And that should help greatly with whatever we've got going on. And yeah, let's just let that load, and hopefully that works out. I guess we'll go over to Holy moly, the eyeball. The eyeball itself, Jumper. How are you doing, my friend? I'm good, just working on so many things my brain hurts. It sounds like it. Sounds like you're doing a lot, like quest book stuff and a lot of video editing. All right, there's our 979. We've got Mahis done. And then let's pop in and get some Magmatter automated. This is probably the main focus of today, essentially. There's a automation challenge that we have to focus on, and I think there are some funny ways we can conquer this. And I'm going to try a couple of things before we puzzle this out on stream. I'm going to try a couple things, but first I want to read to you guys again what this thing actually does. Here we go. Little scroll wheel action. Okay. Heliofusion exoticizer. Okay. If Magmatter mode is active, if Magmatter mode is active, the automation challenge changes. Now, the module outputs 1 to 50 liters of tachyon-rich temporal fluid and 51 to 100 liters of spatially enlarged fluid, and 1 dust of a high-tier material. The challenge is to return both the tachyon-rich and spatially enlarged fluids, plus as much plasma of the dust material in ingots as the difference between the amounts of spatially enlarged and tachyon. So basically what this means is this thing will give us a challenge, right? It will output 39 and 94 of these two and expect that much infinity plasma back. So we'll take this. I'm just going to complete this again by hand just to show off what's going on. I need some cells. There we go. Grab these. I might as well grab this out of here. We need how much infinity plasma? So it should be 94 minus 39, and that's the amount of ingots of infinity plasma we need. So we'll do equals 94 minus 39. So 55 times 144, 7920. And that is exactly what the controller is telling us we need. So let's order this real quick. 7920 should be fine. Is there a way to do this? Oh, there is from Molten. All right, let's fix this recipe then. God loans, oh God, loans in Minecraft. Are the required amounts random or will it always be 7920? So the required amounts are based on the difference between the amount of this fluid and the amount of this fluid. And the difference is currently 55, but it's different every time. You will see as, oh, excuse me, as I complete this. So 7920, I think was the, yes, 55 ingots. Perfect. All right, that's free. And all we need to do is return both the fluids as well as the infinity plasma. And then it should make the Magmatter. Let's see. Okay, nothing sticks around and it just goes. Let's try a couple of different things. Activity, I want to get some information about this. The first one is, does the activity detector work the way I think it does? And we're going to do machine idle inverted and get a soldering iron to get strong redstone signal. I am sweating up a storm right now, chat. I might have to switch my shirt because this is kind of heavy. I got the window open and stuff, but this is not enough. Okay, and you'll see it has given us our Magmatter back as well as a new thing to find the difference between. This will be 97 and 7, and we need draconium plasma. So that's new. We can give that a try. I have a couple of different ways that I want to try solving this, but I should definitely change my shirt before I sweat. Here be. All right, chat room, we're back. Wow, is my music cue already over? Damn. Tank top makes an appearance. Yeah, it's all I got, man. I'm thinking about getting a job. I'm gonna uh get some interviews with modeling agencies because I wanna I legit don't know anyone who could dress me. And getting a modeling job would actually be pretty chill, as well as it would probably put me in circles that know how to do fashion. You guys keep making fun of me for not having enough shirts, and I feel it. I don't have enough shirts. It's right. That's true. But yeah. All right. So here's something I want to try. This is expecting 12K, 12960 draconium plasma. So let's make a little pattern for this first. Also, yes, this is an incredible album. I'm a big fan. $12,960. And then another thing I'm gonna do is infinity plasma. 12,960. So we're gonna do something a little cursed. I want to see how far I can push this machine, doing the wrong things before it gets mad at me. So let's try some things out. Grab this. Grab this. Grab our two liquids here and here. So first, I want to see if this will void our inputs if I put the wrong plasma in. So here's the infinity plasma. It's actually good to go. And what happens when I put in the draconium? Chat room, I have an idea. So here's my idea. So Hollow had the idea for a system that instead of actually measuring the amount of ingots of whatever you need, what it does is just puts in one ingot at a time until the machine is ready. And then when the machine does its thing, it just stops. What I'm going to do is 10 times more cursed. And I'm going to have it input one ingot of every single possible plasma every single time. And it's going to do that until it's ready. It'll stop when the activity is when it's going, when it consumes the items, and then it'll flush the subnetwork back into our mainnet. And that's my goal. All right, let's set this all up. My gift sub expired, and I'm going to get slammed with 5 back-to-back ads in like 10 minutes. That is so real. If anyone, Cyrus has been a day one, so if anyone got any gift subs and is feeling generous today, I think Cyrus of all people deserves a mighty little gift sub. So let's get some wireless going. This will be my, I don't know exactly where I want to do this. Outputs, inputs. And Hollow with the gift sub to Cyrus. Thank you, my friend. That is very much appreciated. Hard to tell if cursed or smart. That's a good sign. That's a good place to be. You know, if you can't tell if it's cursed or blessed, that's the vibe right there. All right, let's do this. Let's do some color coding here. We'll do red for output, cyan for input. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. We don't need an input bus, but I guess we'll just keep it. It's not gonna hurt anybody. I had some insane ideas for QGP, which is like the second automation that is very similar to this in Endgame. Uh, Before I actually got to the solution, because QGP is much harder to brute force. Yeah, I can tell. I could just put a discretizer on both of these networks, but I don't know if that's worth it. All right, what cursed bullshit am I gonna do today? Where did my Magmatter go is the real question. Shouldn't there be Magmatter in one of these? Oh, there you are. All right, I'm gonna take this back. Here's what I want to do with this. We're gonna make a little subnet here. The first thing I want to do is, because we're not measuring anything, I'm just gonna storage bus all of the tachyon and spatially fluid. Let's just call it tachyon and spatial fluid from now on. It's too much of a mouthful. We're gonna do this. Is there a non-cursed way to do this? Let's do some restructuring here. So we want it to get automatically stored onto this network, which means we put a storage bus here set to insert only. And we want to filter, what do we want to filter? This and this. Hello, there we go. Lots of cursed bullshit for sure. Well, I appreciate your your voice of faith here. All right, tachyon rich will always go back to this input here, which will be able to see what's left, which is good. You need to feed back the input fluids. That's part of the thing. The other thing is we need to, I'm actually going to level maintain a specific amount of each of these fluids that we could potentially need. So bedrockium plasma is one of them. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 3 maintainers, which I'm willing to sacrifice. That's okay. We'll do that. We also need a mainnet connection. Let's just, for posterity's sake, let's do it over here. And let's go find a mainnet connection. I'm thinking that there's one down here that I could hijack. Oh yeah, okay. Here's the cursed room. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this room. There's nothing to see here. There we go. That should be our mainnet. Why? We're listening to rock or something. Who is this? Is this Rachmaninoff? Yep, Yuya Wang. Prelude in G minor. I don't know why that just got queued up, but it did, so I'm glad you guys got to experience this. Hello, Nova. How's it going? Yeah, it is a little bit warm in here. And hello, Finger Dash. Cheers. How are you doing, Nova? How's your... I know your extreme heat exchanger blew up today when doing solar salt, which has got to be frustrating. I would be frustrated by that, frankly. So the first thing we need to do is store all 15 of these different fluids, as well as use 3 maintainers. Kind of cursed. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So let's do this here. This is definitely not the best solution. And I know there's an open computer solution, but I'm not really all about that. 5 big booms. Getting ready to build supercritical turbines now to make use of the power. Lovely. Just realized with new UXV wireless lasers, I can finally do the non-shitty MX. I was thinking about rushing those so I can do that recipe. I don't know how worth it would be. Because I'm only using like 128 amps of UMV currently. So like, even anything would be an upgrade at this point. Okay, quantum tank. That'll work. No, no, no! They're filling up with Essentia. Oh, no, no, not like this, bro. Oh. This is the problem with having fully passive Essentia not subnetted. I don't know how to subnet Essentia. I need to figure that out next playthrough. Alright, I guess we filter first, attach later. And how are you doing today, Fingerdash? How is your? Are you still playing Gregtech? And how is Siberia? How is life? All right, draconium plasma goes in here. Bedrockium plasma goes in here. Awakened draconium plasma. Well, these are all so cursed. What the heck? You really want to focus heavily on AAs first? Yeah, that's fair. But I think as soon as I get AAs, like, pretty comfortable, that's probably when I would start doing something like that. Neutronium. Chromatic glass plasma is new. That one's a new one for me. And I think we'll want to do the liquid chromatic glass recipe, but I guess we'll get there when we get there. We got infinity plasma. Hello, Fiery Boy 69. How's it going, my friend? How are you doing? How is your... I assume you're a Gregtech player if you're here. If you're not, please let me know. But how is your Gregtech playthrough going, if you are, in fact, a Gregtech player? Alright, we'll do the Molten Rugnor. Cosmic Neutronium. I feel like we make most of our Cosmic Neutronium through DTPF at this point, but I guess plasma doesn't really matter. Yeah, we got a billion Cosmic Neutronium dust. I guess plasma is fine. Dragon Blood plasma, cursed. What the fuck is fluorovium? We have 362 million of it, so I think we'll be okay for now. Hypogen plasma. Oh, joy. Oh, yeah. Icorium plasma, also joyful. And tritanium plasma. Is it that's funny because it's a fusion thing, but it's you get it. You get it. All right, we're going to get sticky cards. Obviously. I'm chilling, getting back to GT after my time. Oh my god. Took a break for piano dance. I don't think break and piano dance are generally in the same sentence, you know? I thought that was a thing. Hello, Salt in Games YouTube. How's it going? I'm gonna whip out something that I think you all should know about. There's this thing called the priority card, which I think is wonderful. We're gonna do apply priority to targets. We probably want this, yeah, I guess 9999 is fine. But what this does is allow you to do a couple things. You can quickly update the priorities of a bunch of things to the same thing. And then there's also an incremental priority thing. If you do this, it will do the priority and then increment it by 1. So it'll do 9, let's say we do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every single time you click. This is actually a very helpful card, and I don't think enough people know about it. So there's that if you didn't know about it. All right, let's try this one more time. I don't see any Essentias leaking through, which is good. It's a good sign. How do I want to do this? I think what we'll do, I want to do this based on like a pulse, ideally. Let me think about this. Because if you put the wrong amount in, then it's the system is unhappy with this. But I think regulators wouldn't work unless I could figure out how to give like a perfect pulse. I guess a 2-tick pulse from a timer would count. Let me think about this. All right, that should end up somewhere here. Let's try a couple of different things. Let's get a regulator out. I think Ivy is probably fine. Let's pop this into here. And hello, Riley P with the Prime sub. I appreciate that, my friend. I hope you're well today. And that's very kind of you for the Prime sub. Almost at logistics science in Hyanodons. Damn. I don't know what that means at all. All right, so we want to do, within 2 ticks, we want to insert 144 liters. And then we'll do machine processing state. Controller cover. And this is where I'm kind of sussed out because I don't want to use timers. They're not ideal in a lot of cases because they break on server restarts. So I don't know. I was hoping there would be a better way to do this ideally, but let's do some testing here. Let's grab a quantum tank. Okay, so that actually does give exactly 144 within a pulse. Okay, never mind. Somewhat. Okay, so it's just not updating. It is actually doing it. There's some weird UI bug, I guess. 288. 432 is correct. 576 is correct. Yeah. Alright, I guess that works. That feels weird, but I guess that works. If only there was a way to give a consistent pulse that is not timer-based. Yeah, cells are fine. I could do that as well. I don't mind that. I did want to use regulators and stuff, but I guess the importer thing is not a bad idea. Let's try the cells method. I don't mind that. A little bit of Masayoshi Takanaka never hurt nobody. Oh yeah, and while we're at it, let's get the maintainers going. This will be a little gross, but it will make sure that I never need to like worry about any of these fluids running out, I guess. Which is good. That is good. All right, we want draconium plasma through here. Oh, we need to do a lot of random bullshit here. Rugner, we get some other way. Let's just do multiplied. I like 36K. I like that. Let me organize my inventory real quick. Bedrockium plasma is next. This is the best way. And this way we don't actually need a dedicated like plasma thingy-majig. We should be good to go. Although I'll need some way to turn off the automation if we ever run out of a specific plasma. I guess I shouldn't worry about that because the odds of that happening seem to be pretty low. Like Magmatter failing is not the worst thing in the world, right? It's pretty cheap to put all this stuff in. Alright, what am I doing? Draconium, Bedrockium, Awakened Draconium. Neutronium plasma. Yippee. Chromatic glass plasma. That's the one we're going to do fluid. There's the infinity. Let me pop these in. Neutronium, chromatic glass. Oh, that's Rugner. Draconium. This celestial tungsten is next. Wait. Celestial tungsten plasma we make with the plasma chain. Why would I ever do this? What am I doing, Chad? Yeah, okay. We've already got that. That's fine. That's good. We're all jolly and dandy there. Rugnor goes in here. Which makes me wonder, is Rugnor already a plasma? I guess not, right? Interesting. Cosmic Neutronium, plasma. What features are you guys most excited for in 2.8? I know a couple are coming that a couple aren't coming that I was actually really interested in. Specifically the knack and a couple of other things did not make the cut, which was really, really sad because that was one of the like main things I was looking forward to. Um, the knack is the mega, God, please, is the mega circuit assembler, which is much, much needed in this pack. Because as you approach this level of endgame, most people are actually limited not by their ability to spam more machines, but basically these advanced assembly lines, which you need for all of your circuits, take up so much TPS that it like kills your server before you can ever like scale them properly, which is the biggest problem. Like these things here are absolutely horrible. The amount of checks they need to make sure that everything is in order and stuff is just very server heavy. So it's like the knack was something that would have changed how Endgame played from like a lag reduction festival to like an actual Endgame, I feel like. And that not being included was really sad to me, actually. It just couldn't make it in a shippable way in time, I don't think. Although some people have been working on it really hard. I know Jarrell has been working on it. He's been doing God's work trying to make that thing happen, but I just don't think it will in time. So sad. All right, let's get 100K of each of these. Oh gosh. Let's do this in order, shall we? And the way we need to do this, it's kind of a pain in the ass, We'll need to call these crafts one by one, grab a droplet of this, and do 100K, and I guess 1 is fine for this. How are we doing on channels? All right, we're balling. We're balling. All right, that's good. Bedrockium plasma's next. Damn, my inventory is so fucked right now. I think that should be good. I don't think we need any more than like 10K at a time. Hello, Brochacho. How's it going? And also, I don't know anything about the next release. Still learning the current one. That is valid. That is very valid. Let me get rid of these. I'm gonna skip the song, even though it's kind of a banger. Papaya. There we go. Weakened draconium plasma. Did I already do that? No. Might just be easier to. Oh, yep, there we go. Tritanium, icorium, infinity. We should actually have some of that. What the fuck? That's a new one. Oh. Oh, I don't like that. Server, I'm scared. What the fuck is going on here? Um, uh, okay. Hopefully that didn't break anything permanently with my world. Let's just do that. God willing. Going good, just working on my base. Yeah, I got the wrench. Something was bugged out with that, I think. Something malicious is in fact brewing. A fellow Tyler the Creator lore and enthusiast. I see. Plasma, hit me. All right, cool. That should be one of each. Okay, so we got draconium. We need awakened draconium, neutronium plasma. Okay, neutronium plasma, chromatic glass plasma, infinity plasma. We've got somewhat. There we go. Celestial tungsten plasma. We should have that much. Rugnor plasma. Good to go. Cosmic neutronium. Dragon blood. Fluorovium. Can't miss fluorovium. Hypogen plasma. Icorium. And tritanium. Perfect. I should do 36K, but I think we should be okay. And I guess we can put back up to chromatic glass. Yep, that checks out. Coolio. Yep, 14 math. Okay, I should begin to see a bunch of cells pop in. Yep, we've got one celestial tungsten plasma. I'm just I'm gonna act like I don't see that. Pop that in there. Okay, we're good, we're good. 36K of you. Okay, we're good. The next thing that we need to do is march 144 milliliters of each of these into our input subnet one by one whenever we get our input, like whenever we get this thing to start. I'm not going to worry about a trigger yet. Instead, what's the best way to do this? I like importers. I've heard some not amazing things about the amount of lag they cost. I don't know. Maybe this will be okay though. Them being like hoppers is so annoying. The way you have to place them, yeah, I agree. The placing mechanism for these things is kind of a pain in the ass. And Hyena with the prime sub, I appreciate that, my friend. How is your world going, by the way? I don't think I've asked in quite a while. I know you were doing some troubleshooting earlier with level maintainers. Oh no. I'm not short enough to place these. Oh. This looks like my tier 7 water, frankly. All right, and what these do, which I really like about them, is they, upon a redstone pulse, they will pull exactly one item from the inventory that they're facing into one inventory behind them. And what this does is it allows me to deposit very precise amounts of items into like something like a quantum tank, which is exactly what I want. Now I'm thinking about this. I wonder if there's a really easy way. Probably not like a lag-friendly way. This is actually probably the best way I can do this. I'm thinking about this now. We could just turn on auto output, do this, and then we need to find some way to cycle the cells back, which shouldn't be a huge problem. I wonder if there's like a best practice for this. I want to do Ender IO conduits, but those are kind of janky sometimes. We could just do Gregtech pipes, which I feel weird about. Oh, there's black plutonium. That looks nice. I don't mind that. I would have to use a wrench and a brick. All right, so what I think is going to happen is every time we trigger one of these importers, or all of them at once, it should pull All right, this is why we don't use cells, fellas. My third run with Tinky's doing well. Gray just left us, so it's just me and Chunkus and Tinky, but he just complains. That's valid. That happens. Yeah, we're gonna do vials. That's probably the best way to do this. Or volumetric flasks, which are actually, in their own right, quite powerful. I do like them. So this is exactly 144 megabytes, millibuckets, no matter what, which is good. That's what we want. Split 14 ways. I'm trying to think about this. Probably do 4 per. The scope creep of this is kind of going crazy. I thought this was going to be a very quick in and out type automation, but I was not expecting it to actually be quite complex. Because I thought I had cracked the like I know that it's a complex automation challenge, but I thought I had cracked the code and made something extremely simple out of it. And I think I have, but I was not expecting this to be this big of an automation. Like I thought it would be smaller than Water 7 or 8. But I guess this does make kind of sense. Okay, let's try this one more time. 144 milliliters, and this should auto output directly into this dual interface. And we're gonna do some subnetting here, our favorite. You know it, you love it. Give me auto output. Can't exact. Oh, we can do dense cables. What am I talking about? Actually, let's see if we can make this a little bit cleaner. Let's do cables off here. And so what I'm going to do is 144 millibuckets of every single one of these liquids is going to be injected from these subnets into this dual interface, which is going to be connected to this network. And I think I can just wireless this in. I don't think that's a huge problem. And honestly, I don't hate this solution as much as I feel like I should, which is a little funky. We'll see how this works out, though. What the heck? What is going on with these connections? Something is probably awry now. Let's see, what are you connected to? I mean, I guess that's good. This should be the main net connection still holding. Okay, cool. All right, I guess that's fine if it's fine. Here's our main net influence. These are just storage buses. And yeah, all of this fluid should end up one thing at a time into this subnet. And let's go. We're gonna go look at this. How much do we need? 11 kiloliters. 11,376. I guess we could just do the math over here. We would need to flick the lever 79 times, which it's not the worst. Let's set up the rest of these pipes. Why not use advanced? What do you mean, like the advanced wireless? I'm just making one-to-one connections, so it's not a huge deal. And then we will need to put in the conveyor to each of these. Oh, the advanced. Okay, so I don't use the advanced wireless connector because I have shift and control swapped. I use shift to sprint and control to crouch. I think it's just like, I used to play like CSGO and shit as a kid. I feel like that ingrains it in you. And yeah, I don't fuck with that. But as a consequence, the advanced one just does not work for me at all. I need to change my keybinds every time I want to use the advanced wireless connector thingy. So I don't use that thing. All right, now we just need to conveyor these out to get the volumetric flasks back in. And that's good. Okay. So if I flick, well, actually, let's wire this all up with redstone first. Let's grab some red alloy wire. I guess we could just do this whole thing. So what we want is currently, whenever this is inactive, we want it to insert more fluid. As soon as it gets enough fluid, we want to stop the automation, otherwise that actually stops it from outputting Magmatter. Like if you put too much fluid in, it's no good. So what we want to do is do some type of like AND gate, I guess? Or would it be like XOR or something? I forget what XOR actually does. Well, I would have to like truth table all that. And let's make a new value. Magmatter M. M is like kind of 4. 4, 4, 4, 6. I guess that works. So what we want is, this goes like this. I guess we can make a little circuit here. Or maybe we need a little more space for this. Let me think about this. Oh, we could actually make this very simple, I think. We just do timer here, wireless receiver here, turn this to Magmatter, and then I guess we do this for a little bit of safety here. So that should turn off the timer immediately whenever the Magmatter is activity detecting. I'm just gonna keep the timer at 2 seconds for now, and let's just see if this works, honestly. This might take a while. All right, so we should see in this subnet, nothing's working. I mean, the bedrockium plasma is coming in. Oh, that is actually a very simple problem. We only have one fluid cell in here, and it can't fit all the different types of fluids we've got. Duh. But this should make up for all of that. The fact that they're coming in at different times is kind of scaring me. I cannot lie. But yeah, that'll slowly add up until we get our 11K bedrockium plasma. Ooh, another problem I foresee, I can only fit 16 fluids in here. Oh, but that works out perfectly because there are 14 different types of fluids that we need to insert, and these two. So that 14 plus 2 is 16. That actually, I wonder if they intended this, frankly, just stocking all the inputs. I don't like how we're ahead. What's going on here? It must be the fluid auto output timers here. We should probably use better pumps. Let's get some UEV pumps and just throw those on. If I can. Damn. I don't think there's a way I can approach these. I kind of did this to myself, I guess. Yeah, I could actually just stock all the plasmas. Oh. But I wonder if having the refresh timer is actually helpful. Seems to be mostly in sync. I'll fix that after we do our first generation. I do want to see if that's actually a problem when it happens. I guess we just stay here. Okay, it's almost approaching the 11K. 11,376. So let's see what happens when this starts. Should be one more. And that starts the Magmatter. So I guess that's a success. I cannot lie to you. Another thing we need to do is dump the contents of our network back onto our onto our mainnet where it can be stored. So the timer is probably still going right now. We need to actually stop that. Okay, that is on. Somehow we accidentally made Magmatter again. Okay, so we either got incredibly lucky somehow. There's no way, right? Maybe it took exactly the amount of awakened draconium plasma, but as you can see right now, we've got more than enough chromatic glass plasma, and it's not starting up the machine, right? So that is a problem. So we need to dump the subnet's contents every time the activity is turned off. And I need to think of a best way to do this. I think what I'm thinking about is on activity detection, we just take all of the cells from in here and send them to an IO port on mainnet. You should just dump when it's running and block things from entering. Yeah, I think that's the idea. So let's get our mainnet IO port. How do I want to do this? We need to get a conduit connection from here. I guess we can just turn this bad boy around. Move to output when cell is empty or network is emptied sounds right. And we actually need... Oh, I have another idea. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to store the tachyon-rich fluid on a specific drive right here. This is getting a little jankier than I wanted it to be. And we'll partition a cell. Where's like a mediocre-sized fluid cell? I guess that's fine. To do cell workbench. Okay, so I will have within these single fluid cells tachyon-rich temporal fluid with sticky card. That works. And then, what's the other thing? Spatially enlarged. There we go. Where are my sticky cards, man? All right, that should be fine. And then everything else will go into these three. I'm gonna empty this out right now. Bro is just saying words at this point. All right, that is connected. These are out. Okay. So, whenever activity is detected, we want to dump all the cells in here. And then we're good, I guess. I don't think there's any repercussions of. Let me think about this. Is there a way to get exactly the 4 cells I need out of this drive and back into it when I need it? That's the real question. We'll do extract on cyan, active with signal, and then we'll do insert on cyan, extract on black, always active, insert on black. And I think what we'll do wireless receiver here, pulse former state cell. And I think that's actually backward. Damn. There's no winning with these state cell directions. I could do something like this. I don't like that as much. There's no way to fit all this goddamn redstone where I need it to go. What is going on here? Something malicious is brewing with my AE or something. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like it. I'm hoping that will have no lasting consequences. Okay. Let's set this state for 2 seconds is fine. Let's get some upgrades for this extraction speed, and I think 2 seconds is good enough to... Yeah, there we go. All 3 of them, they go multiple times, that's fine. Project Red multi-parts and A used to actually cause world corruption and very problematic bugs, but it seems to have mostly been fixed. You're not inspiring much confidence from me. Device offline. So let's reconnect that. That might be a problem. Okay. Still works. Device is online. Life is good. I guess we'll just collect chromatic glass dust there. And then, yeah, we can just let this run a couple of times, honestly. What's up next? Chromatic glass plasma. And you can see that each of these are slowly incrementing in. I guess it doesn't matter that not all of them are popping in at the exact same time. I would like it to, though. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop in here real quick. Pick up all of this. What my inclination is that the pump from the auto outputting from these quantum tanks is not as good as an actual pump. So I'm just going to put like a real UEV pump here. Call it a day. Okay, let it rain. There we go. Look at you go. Okay, and we're missing some tachyon fluid. Oh shit, wait, that's actually a problem. Because I emptied the thing on a wrong timer. Okay, 10 and 77. 1077. And what one was what exactly? 10 tachyon rich. and 77 spatially enlarged. Okay, everything should be good then. We should, in fact, be getting Magmatter out of this. Yep, that's working. I can just put this back here. That should be fine. And the last thing I need to do is output the Magmatter into our mainnet. And this should be pretty simple. There's a couple of different ways I could do this. I think the best is just doing an on-site storage bus, maybe? Yeah. Let's get a digital singularity fluid cell. Little cell workbench action. Let's turn this into Magmatter. This should just go back to mainnet, so this should be fine. Yeah, I'd say we're doing pretty good. And then all we need to do is just interface from our Magmatter output subnetwork and storage bus. Oh, we want fluids more than anything else. This will be extract only. So we're going to extract from this subnet, which contains our Magmatter, and we're going to see it upon mainnet. And I think that's everything. Honest to God, that is our Magmatter automation just fucking going. This is Desert Sand is Warm at Night, one of my favorites. I accidentally changed it to the wrong mode. Oh shit, I need to reset it again. Let's do just one more reset. Oh, reset not ready. 7 and 76. God damn it. Hello, Phoenix 1780. How's it going, my friend? Cheers. What did it say again? 7 and 76? Perfect. Okay. You can see the Icorium plasma is slowly ticking up. How's it going today, my friend? How far are you? Do you play GTNH, I assume? Oh, we got it somehow. Oh, because I'm smart, and it's oh, I'm so smart because this isn't, these drives don't ever like pull items out. Okay. I actually cooked here. We're good. We're good. So let's go watch a sunrise set on a universe thankful. Let's go watch this work. As soon as this hits 9936, we are golden. We'll be here all week, folks. Clean up inventory. All right, here we go. So, once this hits the target amount, what I want to happen is the machine will turn on. There we go. It will dump all of the items out, or all of the liquids out. So you can see there's no longer anything in. It's a little glitched because it's currently running. And then it will start again. And it didn't work. Well, that was quick. Let's go check why. Oh, it's because I never set up this. Okay. This needs to be on Magmatter, and then we're good, ideally. What's the next challenge? The same one, almost. All right, I'll let that ride for a little bit. Let's see if there's anything else we can do. I've got our Magmatter done. Oh shit. I've been working on an astral array coming through. We've got our Tipler time dilation field generators, which is nice. This is something I've been working on. So I guess we can make this upgrade. And also Zombie Gold 7. Thank you for the follow, my friend. I appreciate that. Alright, I'm gonna very quickly hop to my Eye of Harmony while that loads up. I wonder if we can go any faster than that. But I'm not so curious that I need to find out just yet. So these are tier 5? No. Yeah, no. Tier 7 time dilation field generators. What you want for Universium at the end of the day is a 989, and there's a reason for this. It's very complicated. It'll make sense when you get astral arrays, but yeah, it's just know that you want 989 for Universium, and then for white dwarf and black dwarf matter, you want a regular one, and it should be fine. But I guess we can set up our Eye of Harmonies as well. There's not much stopping me from copying and pasting these bad boys. We're probably missing a good deal of casings, actually. Yeah. We'll go check on that in a sec. Alright, we are approaching the correct amount of Icorium plasma, which is where we want to be. So once this hits 9216, then we're good to go. And there we go. Dumps the contents of the subnet as soon as Magmatter is online, and I think we're golden. There we go, and everything's starting again. Okay, that is Magmatter automated, and I'm actually very happy with that. It's a very clean, small setup, I feel like. I use level maintainers, which is not everyone wants to do this. Our TPS is pretty good. I can tank a couple of maintainers, and that should be fine. The reason I do this mainly is because I would need to passive these plasmas, which is actually not terribly hard, right? I could set that up with AE2 and some stuff, but this is just a lot easier for me. Hello, Zombie Gold. Watched your AE2 and power videos and saw you were streaming, and I wanted to say hi. Well, hello, my friend, and welcome to my stream. I hope you're well. What tier are you in GTNH, and how much fun have you been having? Is the real question. Infinity plasma. Where are we lacking right now? Yeah, everything else is good though. Good and golden. It's probably just waiting. Probably doesn't realize. Rugnor plasma. Oh shit, did we already do a full rotation of Magmatter already? Damn. Holy. And there we go. That's Magmatter complete, I guess. I was not expecting this to be done so quickly. TBH, I thought this would be much more of a challenge. What can I say, I guess? Fuck it, we ball. Alright. Let's go. Let's craft those Eyes of Harmony. Set that to go. And these are just the casings as far as I'm aware. So this should be a pretty chill craft generally. I don't think there's much else that I need to do. Waiting for the Quark Gluon plasma stream. We do need to do that soon, I think. The next challenge, chat, for those of you who are wondering, is some lovely thing called Quark Gluon plasma, which is actually the opposite of lovely. This is the challenge that it has. It has possible input materials, all of this. Um, and yeah, you need a bunch of different plasmas and shit. It's a little nightmarish, actually. I should probably read how it actually works. We can make some, actually, right now. We can, like, hand make it. But yeah, wait, that's a ton of plasmas that I need to automate. What the fuck? Silver, thallium, americium. So I think thallium, mercury, holmium, and iodine are all new. Jesus Christ. Gross. That's all I can say, really. Alright, that's all crafting out. This is actually, this should be fairly quick. TBH. Just cutting machines and DTPF stuff. Let's see, what else do I have for tonight? I don't know if I have much. I was honestly, from here on out, it's just I have harmony grind. It's all good to go. Can't think of anything so important. We wait on universium for the first astral ray, and that's just gonna take forever to get the universium. We can set up these eyes of harmony, but I don't know how long it's gonna take to craft. So we'll find something else to do in the meantime. I wonder if there is anything else. That's my problem. Go check endgame goals, I guess. I guess we could start making our first components. Oh, you know what I actually do need to do? We need to make a bunch more of these electric implosion compressors. The amount that I have is shrimply not gonna cut it. I've got 2 of them right now with some blocks of spacetime. So this is not enough. Not at all. And I actually have a perfect place to put all these bad boys, and we're gonna do that together. Just a lowly LV guy currently, but I'm enjoying the grind very much. It is a very lovely game. It is unlike any other. It's hard to describe exactly. All right. What is your malfunction? We need 12 of those, a bunch of those. We want it to be higher tier. We don't want to do universium because I don't want to be poor. Nickel zinc ferrite block is a new one. Electric implosion compressor. I must have done it at some point. And then we want 64 amp wireless energy hatch, which should be good. Let's put that all into the processing terminal. Let's grab a little name tag. And that will be the output for this pattern right here. And the way this works is I put this in just like a blank ass ME interface, a dual interface, and I call for this pattern. And it will never turn up the way I want it. Let's see how many I can fit in here, first of all. So this old room has no longer any use. And we're going to need a lot of these implosion compressors, so I think we should set this up here. I want to see how many we can fit in this block. Should we wall share them that intensely? We can. We could do 4x4 wall sharing, which is kind of gross for something like this. I kind of want to try it though, frankly. That looks right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yep. good luck forming the quad. It's legit the most annoying thing I have done in this pack. What does that mean? What do you mean, good luck forming the quad? Oh no. Oh no. I'm scared. If this turns out too cumbersome, we'll ditch it if it's too annoying to set it up this way. It's really not a big deal to wall share shit like this. It's fairly cheap. It's mostly for aesthetic reasons that I want to wall share. Okay, let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait a minute. Well, yeah, we could just wall share a brick of these, honestly. It's not a lot stopping me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times 4. And we'll take this proxy pattern, 11 times 4. Molten Shirobon? What the hell are you doing? Oh shit, that's for the 64 amp hatches. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll start simple. Let's do 16 right now. Okay. What the fuck? Fine annealed copper wire is not something I thought I would see in 2020. I set the pattern requirement to 64 hatches per multi. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. That is actually, that is very helpful information. That ain't gonna work, is it, chat? Yeah, we only need 31,000. I'll chill out with the pattern, possibly. Where's my teleportation stick? That would make sense why that pattern is so huge. Oh man, I don't want to go all the way here. I think I'll get rid of this teleporter, actually. It's made over 1,264 amp UMV energy hatches. Yeah, that I could see that putting a strain on my factory, just a little bit. I wonder how much I'll enjoy cribs after this run. Hollow, you're there's something very wrong with you, my friend. And once you get cribs, you're gonna be unstoppable. Honestly, I'm willing to say like hundreds of astral arrays unstoppable. All right, humble 16 should start us off real nice. That is so much more manageable looking. That is an assembly line process. Oh, there you go. Oh, I definitely want to move that. Should be pretty quick recipe, but... Do-do-do. Alright, what's up, Bedrockium? What's going on? We're raw tesseracting. Ugh. Ugh. I think I need to work on my DTPFs because there are too many similar recipes in similar crafting buffers. So I need to spread out the amount of crafting buffers and then rotate them more properly around because I think everything gets stuck behind this tesseract craft. I could do something about that. We never need to on-demand these things anymore. What do I need to make tesseracts? There's no circuit or anything, so I could just plain move the pattern as soon as we're done. How many fucking tesseracts we need? God damn. That's fair. That's fair. Alright, I am going to wait to move that so we don't mess everything up. Let's see if there was any quests I can complete or anything. Oh, you know what I should do, actually? The Eye of Harmony is probably generating some shit. Oh, lovely, Nequadria dust. So we did do a rotation here. The only thing that seems to be unfiltered is Nequadria dust that we're getting in large quantities, and rhodium dust. End powder. Ugh. 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 The Nequadria is huge, though. That's nice. 35% chance, 60% yield. 3 liters per second. Yes. I can now do a maximum of 16 cells per tick, so I should be fine for now. Jesus Christ. Are you making gate parts? And also, the second question I have, actually, I know a little bit about the amount of stuff I need to make. I'm wondering if, is there like a spreadsheet that shows how many Stargate frame part, how many Stargate chevrons we need to make? Hello, Necker. How's it going? Moin, my friend. Because I would love that. I think it's about 23 Stargate ring blocks for one of them. I don't know. This doesn't look insane. Oh, lovely. A little breakdown. Oh, perfect. High level cost breakdown. Let's see the low level cost breakdown. Okay. 1.272 trillion liters of iron. Okay, we're good on that. 275 billion liters of Nequadria. Oh my gosh, this is a 4-column cost breakdown. Oh, 10 billion raw condensed stellar plasma mixture. Okay. 128 billion liters of subatomically perfect water. How are you doing on waterline, by the way? Are you still succeeding? Okay, that's good. We like that. I think I'm gonna have to like crank the energy. Oh, 488 million. So we need about 256 times that, give or take. Jesus. Then I'll start on the door to heaven. Mark 3 SPAS, and then AAL is, yeah, that's fair. 1.24 billion liters of universium. Okay. 708 million liters of Magmatter should be nothing. 256 million liters of white dwarf and black dwarf matter. Honestly, chat, this doesn't seem the worst. Oh, 3.55 million picocircuits and 1 million quantum circuits. Here's the recipe for those. Picocircuit. 500 seconds at UMV for each, and quantum, which is actually not that bad when you look at a lot of them. A lot of the recipes you get in Endgame. Not terrible. Yeah, I mean, that's actually, that feels like not ridiculous, chat. I feel like the universe is in our palms, and we're pretty much getting there. Maybe gate soon, no memes, says Hollow. I think you'll get gate soon. I think it'll take me probably a month or a little more than that. All right, so here's the thing. When we order those implosion compressors, they never come. And that's actually by design. I want to leave that within my AE system, so I just have a dual interface that can't output its items anywhere. It's facing nothing. So basically when it's done, I just cancel it, and then I have all the stuff for the electric implosion compressor. How do these work? Alright, so we need 3 blocks above. Let's use our projector. We're going to do hologram projector. We're going to do this. We're going to tier 4, and then I'm going to make sure that this is in my hand. And we're going to do... Okay, we're not going to do that. I guess we just use 4 projectors. My bad. My bad. I thought this was fancy. Oh, that was fucking easy. What the heck? Here we got the mega electric implosion compressor. And we put one 64 amp on the bottom and one on the top. This is probably the only machine in Gregtech New Horizons that can take 2 multi-amp patches. It's a very odd machine. And this does actually overclock it to UXV, surprisingly. Can anything go on here? No. Oh, we can use explosion hazard sign blocks. That's cool. I don't know why I would ever want that, but thank you. Maintenance, stocking, cribs, the works. You know the deal. This does give output fluids, which does kind of complicate things a little bit with our I/O. We can probably share these like this. Let me think about this. The thing I'd want to share less are the items, because we get that a lot more than fluids. So we'll do this. One of them formed. That's good. 2 of them formed. Okay. MEBF and MVAC can also take multi-amp patches. I don't know about multi-amp lasers wireless. They can, but they can't take 2 of them. Each one of these can take 2 different lasers, which is the wildest, weirdest thing. I feel like that's such a weird quirk. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 2, so we can do prio, like a very small prio rotation. And I think that's all we need. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove the controller. This should be... I think I see why this doesn't form. And I'm experiencing it now because all of these probably need to form at the same time. Otherwise, these blocks at the side freak out the implosion compressor. That's so annoying, actually. I wonder if I can somehow get it to form while the block is blinking in and out of existence, like while it's online. Good luck, sir. Actually, I kind of have an idea for this. I'm not gonna lie. We need to find a really easy, repeatable recipe that I can do slowly. None of these really are cheap. Ooh. Raw exposed optical chip. That is a challenge. That is a challenge right there. I know it like blinks in and out of existence whenever it does something. Cyan cable. A little bit of P2P action. One, two, three, four, five. This should be good. So this should be connected to the network eventually. Whenever this P2P realizes that it's good to go, I'll put this pattern into here. This will be fun. This might not be my smartest idea. Honestly, there's not much to wall share here. I wonder if we should just not go with this method. Because I can imagine that like doing multiple of these would be kind of a pain in the ass, right? Unless there's like some easy way to form this that I'm not thinking about. Device online linked output side. Come on, you know what you're doing. There you go. Okay. I think I should make more of these neutronium compressors, or I guess I could give this to the good old black hole compressor and just give this like 10 trillion parallels. Okay. Please, please, please. All right. It seems like we're gonna go with Jess's professional advice and not bother with this, which is really sad, honestly. It is a little bit sad. I did want to wall share a little bit. Worst comes to worst, just wall share the corners. Oh my god, that is a horrifying idea. I love that. Like a little checkerboard. All right. Fucking rip to a real one. It's not like these things are supremely expensive or anything. I kind of want to do it just because you said that. Like, that does sound kind of fun. You know what? Another thing that I totally did not take advantage of? I think we should set this up sideways, chat. I think it wouldn't be me if I didn't do it sideways. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is much better. 1, 2, 3. Don't tell me. No! No! Why can't it be rotated? Dude, the devs fucking hate me, bro. The devs hate me. I'm calling it now. Dude, man. Man. They just want to take away my freedoms, bro. Does this need a muffler hatch? Please tell me it doesn't. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. This is like one of the machines that would probably need the muffler hatch the most out of all of them. Ah, whatever, I'm not complaining. Do we maintenance yet? Maintenance and then 2 outputs. I guess we could do this. Output bus, output hatch. There we go. Attaboy. Hit it with the good old wrench. Well, actually, we can do this smarter. We want to do copy B, x plus 1, edit stack mark. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, matter manipulate me any day of the week. And you know what's probably funny is that this probably won't form because it thinks it doesn't have the blocks that it needs, this stupid piece of shit. Give me back my blocks, bro. Did it eat my blocks? Oh. No, it didn't. It's just being silly. What a silly, silly machine. Now it feels like it's eating my blocks. Okay. That's kind of that is kind of, this is a very charming and funny little machine, I think. Let's replace all of these with proxies here. I think I'll just do edit replace whitelist, crib buffer, replace with proxy. Pull this down this way. I did something funny and now I have 2 TPS. Mashallah, we will pray for him. 2. 2? Wait, that's like a tenth of what you need. What the fuck? That ain't right, Hollow. Okay. Pull this. Paste there. Not enough mana. Where's my mirror at? There you are. Okay, there we go. So we can successfully move all of our patterns. We just need to wire everything up now. Set mode cables, set cable this. Pop this down to here. This should help deal with any of our implosion compressor problems. The reason I'm doing this is because for the UXV components, every single one of them is an implosion compressor recipe. Like to get the material you need for UXV components is an implosion compressor recipe. And then every single like thing, like a frame box or anything, is an eternity frame box, and then you implosion compress it with the material and some UHV circuits and some random shit. So I can imagine we're gonna need a couple of these. Let's start moving our patterns. So all of our patterns should be mostly here. We do need to grab these two. Let's put those on in here, maybe? I don't know. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nab these up with matter manipulator. We're gonna do moving, mark cut, and I am just gonna fucking steal these bad boys. Oh shit. Set mode, copying, edit stack, reset, set mode, moving, mark paste here. All right, grabbed them. Get rid of all this stuff in my inventory. Let's start loading up these patterns, shall we? So we'll probably want to prioritize this recipe, like these couple of recipes. That's probably a priority. I don't think we need this ever again. So I'm going to discard these compressed cobble recipes. Is there anything we need compressed cobble for? Deep Dark Portal was the only thing I needed it for, and I think after you get one of those, you're good. I think. So I'm gonna get rid of those. Now we need to move some of these patterns down. Block of bedrockium. That is an eyebrow raiser. Here are all my plates from stuff and some more plates from other stuff. And I think we're good to go. Let's try any of these recipes. These should all work, ideally. Let's batch mode up. Oh, we deleted the raw exposed optical chip thing. Okay, let me redo that. Pop that in. That's probably the front of there. That's just plain not connected, chat. That's why that's not working. That would help. In the meantime, we can turn on batch mode while it figures out we have that pattern. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Let's let that rip. How are we doing on Eye of Harmony stuff? Just pico circuits at this point. I think we can set up one of them. And I think we're only waiting on some more of these infinite space-time energy boundary casings. So we can at least like get them going and choose what type of casings we want on each of them, which should be good. All right, we're going. Except for you. Guess you got the short end of the stick. Look at them. Apparently there's a bug with QGP and GT++ iodine. Oh, jeez. I actually feel like I remember hearing about an iodine complaint recently, and I think it was QGP related. Yeah. All right, so this automation is off, and we can finally complete our Eye of Harmony. Let's grab these Tipler time dilation casings, and I know this isn't the full 999, but this is as good as we're going to get for universium. We're going to replace it with this, And then we want to replace these. And then we can use all of our spare parts and make some other Eyes of Harmony for other things. Mostly, probably Black Dwarf and White Dwarf matter. It's pretty much the only thing that matters at this point. And there we go. I think we should copy this while it's off, maybe? It's probably for the best, right? Hello, Hotch. How's it going? One Iron makes my TPS2. Is this because you were, like, experimenting with quark gluon plasma? Is that what you get for that? What was I doing? Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, yeah, let's write down that we have 989. How are you doing today, Hotch? And hello, Fights. Just woke up? Lovely. There it is. And now we'll start counting astral arrays, I guess. All right, so I need to find a good anchor point to copy and paste this whole thing. And how's it going, Fights? Yeah, let me get the last of my water. Cheers, my friend. Debating GTNH, Tainted Grail, Oblivion, or Fantasy Life. I have not heard of any of those except for GTNH, so you know my vote. All right, we're going to copy from this corner. I hate how it does that. Copy B, C+1. Okay. And we're going to paste this down here. Even my Eye of Harmony automation is happening. Could not place blocks due to a crash. Ooh, embarrassing. Alright, I'm gonna cancel this, and I guess I'll just craft this overnight. Because right now it's storing the items that I need. This could not place block due to a crash is kind of throwing me. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, because it doesn't have mahis. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do then. We're just gonna get a projector here. And it needs that hatch so bad. Damn, that's kind of annoying. Okay, it's getting there. Not understanding at all. Maybe because this is off, I can just turn off mahis. Huh. Something is either awry with matter manipulator or it's just really not loving this. I guess from here though, we're kind of good to go. Oh man, really? What is with this? Okay, this is so cursed. Why are you like this? If GT++ iodine gets on a cell inside of an IO port and the IO port tries to fill it, it will start spamming a lot of errors to this. Whoa. This iodine? Oh, no, I have Bartworks iodine. I don't use GT++ iodine. How are you even getting GT++ iodine? Like, I don't even see how to process this, frankly. Oblivion. Woof. Oblivion is Elder Scrolls. Tainted Grail is a Scrolls-like RPG that's really good. Both would consume your free time. Best not to start if you want to stay focused. I'm very locked in, so that's probably on the not on the docket. Fantasy Life is like a cross between Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and Zelda. That sounds kind of fun. Exoticizer gives you GT++ instead of Bartworks. Damn, bro, the materials library thing needs to happen soon. I should have more of those. Alright, I think I have some crafting tasks ahead of me. Unfortunately, I don't think I can set this up yet because we need some more of these infinite space-time energy boundary casings, which I'm just simply missing. So I need to wait for that craft to come through. So I think that'll be all for tonight. And then I guess sometime soon we'll set up these other Eyes of Harmony, probably when I have the next astral array. And we'll get that all sorted. But as of now, I'm very happy. I guess I can just toggle this back on. I'll do 1 overclock here. And that should just start filling up with hydrogen. Yeah. Let's go check on our power real quick, because I am kind of... Oh, yeah. We're good. We're golden. All right, chat. Well, thank you for joining me again today. I'm glad that I'm feeling a little bit better, and we got some good progress done. We got this funny little automation for not quark gluon plasma, but the other one, Magmatter, which seems to be holding steady and still working just working a charm. 7200 dragon blood plasma. I mean, it's looking good to me. I'll check on it and see if it's working, but I think we're good to go. So without further ado, let's go find somebody to raid, and then I will say my normal stuff, and you know how that all is. I'm going to face the other way to give you the illusion that my Minecraft is not full screen and there's nothing going on as I tab out. I really need to fix that. All right, raid channel. Now, who is playing GTNH today is the real question. Recently, my filter by tag hasn't really been working. Cat's Cozy Games is playing something. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Is anyone actually playing Gregtech New Horizons? Good night, Ruby, by the way. And good night, Crow. Crow Witch. Gregtech. Nope. Not that I can find. Alright, I guess we are rating our lovely friends Cat and Vin. Cat's Cozy Games. There we go. Alright, so I've started the raid, and I'm going to say the normal stuff. Be kind to yourself and others, and do the best that you can, and that will be enough. And yeah, much love to everyone. Thank you for popping back in. I know that this part of the game is kind of unintelligible for most people, so I appreciate you sticking with me and just vibing out with me, and that's all. So I will see you guys all soon, and let's get this cracking. Peace, my friends.